Hey, what's up? Hello, it's your girl Emmy here. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm just gonna be breaking down what the moon represents in astrology, why it matters, what it shows, and then I'm gonna go over all the zodiac signs. Yeah, let's just get right into it because I have been trying to get it together today, but it's not happening. So we have a little support by Casamigos and Yerba Mate, because if they can't do it on their own, they're gonna be able to do it together. But yeah, let's just get right into the moon series. So what does the moon represent in astrology, right? So the moon is probably the most accurate description of your personality. The moon is your inner self, your emotional world. It shows your personality. It shows how you process your emotions, how you talk to yourself in a way, how you react to things, your mental process. The moon, it shows your inner self. It shows what people don't see right away. And so let's just recap. The moon is your inner self. It's how you process your emotions, your mental process with emotions. It shows how you react to things, and it's like your shadow self. Okay. It also shows a lot about comfort and like how you feel comfortable. So moving on to Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Now, Gemini is so there's two signs that are ruled by Mercury, Gemini and Virgo. These are two completely different sides of Mercury. Now, Gemini is very fast moving. Like Gemini moons, I feel like your mind, it's on overdrive like 100% of the time. You can go from thought to thought to thought to thought to thought to thought so quickly. And you could be in the middle of a conversation and then have it like you're speaking, and then in the middle of this thought, your thought takes you to another thought, and that thought takes you to another thought, and then you keep going. Next thing you know, you're like, what the fuck was I saying? Because it was like you went on this like rabbit hole in like 30 seconds, and you're just like, whoa, like, and then you lose your track of thought. So y'all are very like aware of your surroundings and like the things that are around you. Like if you're in public and stuff, like you're very attentive to like who is around, what is going on that side and this side. Like you're very aware. And I think it also could just be anxious. I feel like Gemini moons tend to be very like anxious people, or like prone to anxiety. And overall, I feel like you guys react very quickly to like your emotions. Like you may experience a situation that could be positive or negative, and your first thought may be anxious and like a little paranoid, or to react quickly. But I feel like Gemini moons, even though you can be extremely anxious, I'm not trying to make it sound like y'all are just like all suffering from anxiety, but minor doses, yes. I just feel like y'all are also very talented in making, like, because your brain does that whole rabbit hole wherever the fuck you go, you are able to make a really good decision in such a short amount of time. Like you don't, like, unlike a Taurus moon, where a Taurus moon is like, I have to really like sit with this and like understand what my next move is, while yours is like like a computer like downloading a message and like boom, okay, this is the best option. And then it's like it tends to be the best option, even it's just like, whoa, like, yeah, you can do that's fire, that's talent. I feel like Gemini moons, you guys are charismatic, you're charming people are attracted to you. You probably have a lot of diverse friends, or like friends that just like have different perspectives, mindsets. You could talk to really anybody. You probably have a good sense, like good wit, like you're a witty banter kind of person. You have a good sense of humor. You're also probably very like free-spirited and just not afraid to just like go to places by yourself. And like, you know, you went by yourself, but you didn't leave by yourself. You made like 10 friends, and now you're like leaving in a group with random people that you just met. Like, you guys are really good at that. Also, since you guys are so like charming, easy to talk to, and like friendly, like I mean, yes, you guys like to flirt, but also I feel like you don't even realize when you're flirting, because you're just so communicative and like engaging, like people like to be around you, that you don't realize like you're flirting when you really like weren't, even though sometimes you are. Yeah, that. But yeah, where was I going with this? I feel like Gemini moons are very open-minded people. You may even question your sexuality quite often. That's not for everybody, but I feel like a good amount of Gemini moons are not on the binary of anything, because they're just so like everything makes sense because you're the twins. You understand duality. They're also great communicators, and they're really good at like communicating their emotions to other people, because the moon represents your emotions and your mental, like your emotions and your like like your inner self, like your inner world, that like people can't read your mind, but with a Gemini they can, because you make what's going on in your mind so clear. So yeah, you might even really enjoy writing, or like you could be really good at like public speaking, or like you could have just been one of those people who just like never was scared to public speak, because it was just like, I mean, maybe a little bit, like you're just like anxious, but like once you get started, it's like it's really not that bad. So Mercury ruled communication, right? Like I mentioned, very good communicator, whatnot, Gemini. So but since it's an air sign and it's mutable air, it's very, they have a need for mental stimulation. So they love to debate. They know a lot of things, a lot of different things about, they know a little about a lot. That's the saying. Yeah, they know a little about a lot. So they just know a lot, and they just really enjoy debating. So if you are trying to, I think also like mental stimulation just keeps them from overthinking. I feel like you guys overthink naturally. Like your brain is just 100% on the gas 100% of the time. But yeah, mental stimulation kind of helps tone that down, and like you like people who can make you think, and you like people who can like have a conversation and can debate and talk about different things too, or at least will listen to you talk. If they can't contribute to some new information for you, please listen to me talk. That's your mindset, because y'all got a lot to say. I think also indecisiveness. Gemini moons can be indecisive because you are the duality, right? So you guys are able to like balance creative thoughts with like logical thoughts, like, you know, the two sides of the brain. And I feel like when it comes to making decision, it's like this sometimes can be like overwhelming, and then it can kind of cause like a mental fatigue for you, where it's just like you can't make a decision, or you just like have a bad memory. You're like, maybe when you're feeling really like overwhelmed, or like really like I can't make a decision on something, like you might notice like your memory is like a little off. It could be forgetful. Forgetful is the word. Like maybe you're like, fuck, I can't find my keys now, or like, where's my phone? When you're really stressed, it's just like you're easy to misplace things. The moon also does represent your relationship with your mother. So maybe your mom could have not been the most mentally stable. Mom could have maybe just been like kind of childish, or like it could have been really fun as a kid, but then the older you got, it kind of felt like you were always taking care of your mom. Comment down below if that makes any sense. What else? You guys are very curious people. You guys like to look up things. You know, you might be like, oh my god, what day did this happen on? That's like in the history book, and then you might like Google it and like spend the next 20 minutes like trying to learn, like, you know when YouTube has like those recommended videos and it's like a completely different topic, and then it's like, I want to learn about this, and then it's like, oh my god, what's this one? I want to learn about this, and like you watch it and then you're like, oh my god, and then it's just like you're just very curious. If you see something that sparks your interest, or that you could possibly be interested in, you're just like, wow, like let's learn about it. Which is why they're like, I feel like Gemini energy is very much so, what's the jack of all trades, master of none. Yeah, that's y'all. Which is one of the reasons why they love people who can like stimulate their mind, like an Aquarius or like a Sagittarius, whatnot. They're always changing. They're very adaptable people, and they very are like, you know, their interests can change pretty quickly. Their hobbies could change pretty quickly. The type of people they want to be around, and like their brand type of thing, like they could be like really sporty one month and then like really artistic the next. And it's just like, it's always evolving. They just want to try it all. They're just so curious. And then it's like, that's one of the reasons why they don't master anything, because they like, it also does depend on the rest of your chart, but like they pick something new up, and then it's just like they kind of like forget about the old one, you know, because it's like it kind of consumes all of their like attention. Like they're just like la-di-da-di-da, like I'm here, and it's like la-di-da-di-da, and now I'm here, even though it's like when they're there, it's like I'm here. So they don't understand that it's kind of la-di-da. Yeah. What else? So don't be boring. If you're somebody who's watching this that's not a Gemini moon, don't be boring. They do not like boring. If you're boring, they may even leave. Like they like leave the conversation, or just leave you like as a person. They might be like, I don't know if I could do this. Also kind of flighty, can ghost. I feel like, you know, like the ghosting. Yeah, they are the type to ghost. They're pretty good at convincing. Like Gemini moons would make great salesmen, because they're like very charming, charismatic, and like they can sway you with their words. They love their freedom. Don't ever make them feel confined, like you're caging them in. Like, they value their independence. That's the word. They value their independence. So it's like, if you're trying to like get with the Gemini moon, try to make sure that you're not like doing too much, especially if you're like an earth sign or a water sign and you just want to like, oh my god, here's 1,000 flowers. They're not into that. Give them their space. Give them their space and their freedom. If you love something, let it go, and it will come. And if it really loves you, it'll come back, right? So like, that's very much so them. Yeah, which is why they get along really well with like Sagittariuses or like Aquariuses, Libras, because it's like giving them their space. Even other Geminis, you know, because it's like, oh, I get you. You're doing your own thing right now, but they're just like their own priority, you know? Like, you just kind of have to accept that, I guess. Like, it's not that you won't be their a priority to them, but it's like, they're their own too. They're really good at multitasking, and it may look, from like the outside looking in, it may look really chaotic, like what the fuck is going on? Like, they may even have like, the room could be like a mess, but it's like things are organized like in a weird way that's not like traditional, just because like, same like your room is the reflection of your mind. So if your mind's a mess, then your room's a mess, something like that. Like, theirs could be a mess, but it's really like actually like organized, just because their brain naturally is just like a whirlwind. So it's like, sometimes when it's reflecting as a whirlwind, it could be a good thing. It could be really onto something. They could be really close to something. They're always always willing to learn something new. You know, they're very intellectual and they need that mental stimulation. They love a good conversation. They love to chat. They also love social media and like posting on social media, engaging with people on social media, because they like to multitask. So it's like, I could be talking to you in person, but also talk to somebody else like via text, and like, they're paying attention. They just really like social media. I don't know why, but they do. I mean, I know why. But yeah, just the ability to learn new things, the ability to communicate with people that aren't like, you know, in front of them and whatnot. And then also like, tech is such a like air sign trait, you know? Probably like, I feel like Gemini moons are probably always on their phone, like, and it's not like because they're rude, it's just like they just need like another stimulation, especially if their brain like starts moving too quickly and they like get like that little mental fatigue I was talking about. They're probably just gonna start swiping on their phone. Like, I feel like Gemini moons or Gemini placements, they're just probably always on their phone. I think a big thing for y'all is like Gemini moons, just to be able to slow down a little bit, like breathe work, meditation, sitting in nature, things that just like calm you down a little bit, help you focus on one thing at a time. Like, yes, you can do multiple things at a time, but like, how about one day you dedicate one day to do this, and the following day to do this, and the following day to do that? Like, you can do it all. You can't do everything at once, you know, but you can do it all. You can, just not all at once. Okay, you picking up what I'm putting down? But yeah, that was my interpretation of Gemini moon. If you found this video helpful, if you found me insightful, if you have a Gemini moon and this resonated with you, let me know. If it didn't, let me know. If I forgot anything, let me know. Like this video and subscribe to my channel, because I would really appreciate that. And thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Watch your friends, watch your lovers video. And yeah.